We're live. We're live, bro. We're live. We're hitting off new topics. This is kind of like the new thing I'm going to be doing from now on, and just touching different topics. I already spoke to a bunch of people, like spoke to Levy earlier. So we're down on different topics. I wanted to kind of hit base with you on this one. I know you have a family, so uh, you're you're a little bit, or you're somewhat younger than I am, but you have your worldview as to what is pro-choice and pro-life. So we wanted to kind of touch base with a few different ideas, opinions as to, what that means to you. If you have any worldview, what's your worldview on that is what we want to kind of touch base with. We also have Jose Alfaro. He may be joining us in a little bit. He's another guy that, depending as to how good we do, bro, we may be going, we may be doing this constantly to, depending as to if we get monetized. So I
Facts.
may be calling you on and hitting you up with some of that game because I believe in God and everything happens for a purpose, bro.
Facts. If it ain't no God, ain't no
So
reason. Ain't no reason, ain't no living.
for for sure, how you been?
Tired, bro. Going back in court, getting out of court, and find out my son had something, a little hole in his back of his butt cheek. I don't know what it's. I don't even know how to say it, bro. I gotta get and take him to the doctor Thursday, get it done. You know what I mean? Get ahead and get him a spinal tap, make sure that that hole ain't bother him. I don't know how the doctors didn't find that out here in this third world damn country, but it's
Yo,
where they
I
did.
can't see your face, bro. Like we can't see you.
Hold on,
Oh, there you
bro.
go. Well, somewhat.
Yeah.
Now
So
somewhat.
going back and forth with
Maybe.
all the, you know what I mean? Being the dad thing, ain't focused. Trying to get full custody of these babies, man. That's what a father got to do. That's what we got in this world to do to become men, and men take care of theirs, right?
Yeah, we got to, bro. I mean, I believe that. I believe that a lot of our society has been messed up because women are the ones that get custody, sole custody of kids. And the majority of us, like that are, if you have the history and you see the statistics, uh, and I'm referring to the states because that's where the majority of our statistics come from, but everything trickles down to these countries as well from the US. But if you look at the majority of single mothers, bro, they're badly raising our kids, and they've been doing that for a while, you know?
Kids, these kids are now 18, 19 years old. They should be having a job at the age of 16, like when we were growing up. And they should teach, they should have a father figure. If they don't got a father figure, they should have a male figure that they can look up to and not a negative person. But these mothers now are worried about getting money for their kids to take care of another man while the other man that sits there and does nothing. And then the other man's married and you don't know what diseases he transmitted from one person to another. So basically, we're the bad people because we're too busy being hostile because we want to see our kids. Craziness is that we got the good and the bad and the ugly. People don't want to see you happy. Unfortunately, we live in a world where nobody wants to see you happy because of what you're doing and how you're doing it. They rather see you suffer because that means that they're happy. Your suffering brings happiness to them. And that's unfortunately the world that we're in. We're in a crazy world where, like Adam and Eve did in the Bible, right? What happened with Adam? Adam
Right, right.
and Eve ate out of Adam's apple. What we got in our necks now, we got an Adam's apple. What a girl got? Nothing. See?
Yeah,
They go.
and I'll go. And I'll take that a little deeper. I imagine you meaning like your personal experience or maybe in general, but as we look at our society, bro, like you said, people do not, and it's not just people themselves, like the people that we're closely around. I'm talking about the elite few really do not want to see us happy. So therefore, what do they promote, right? They promote that it's good for a woman. Like if you look at this, what's her name? Sexy,
Red.
sexy, sexy red, right? If you look at this girl, why would you be promoting? Why would we be promoting somebody that's really degrading themselves? You know what I'm
That's
saying? Like, would you really want your daughter doing what, Sexy Red is doing?
no.
You know what I'm
More
saying? Like she's talking about, hey, I'll suck your dick dry. Basically, I'll give you that. She's doing all this. I mean, I don't think that is the right thing to kind of promote to our kids. You know what
not
I'm
even
saying? So what to kind of go on and touch base on what you said? They do not want to see us do well. So
No,
anything that these elite few can do to separate a family, right? To degrade our children, our women, and to basically not have any more kids is their agenda. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking it further where, like I said, not just the people around us, but I'm talking about the elite people that are really running this world.
it's basically based off of a double theme, right? Like they said, basically it's based on what everybody else is doing. They rather teach you rather nowadays these women are cheating. These women, not even women, these girls better yet, are teaching their kids how to twerk, how their daughters having these TikToks how to twerk and how to shake their butts, and then they ask, why is there so much child pornography? Why is there so many rapists? Why is there so many negativity in this world? So you as a man, you try to be a father figure to a girl because a daddy, remember, a girl is a daddy's girl to the day we die. That's our princess. We're gonna do everything that we can. But as a single parent that's trying to be that Superman, you can't be a Superman when you have a negativity person around you. Sometimes you have to go let go of your past to bring your future. And you can't do that if you got somebody always, oh, but I need a paycheck. My daughter's a paycheck. They don't look at our daughter as, oh, she's growing up to be a good princess. She's gonna go to college. Nowadays, 90 if you look at 75% of the US, nobody's going to college no more. They get it instead of even going to high school no more, they want to get a GED. So what is we based on? Based on profanity, twerking, and who's gonna be the next OnlyFans.
Right.
And then you got a
And
white
that's what's
people
happening.
like, how are you gonna tell? Yeah, I want to go Hatua. What are we talking about Hatua? Like that's supposed to be back in the day when I was growing up. You can't even watch porn on the cassette tape. You had to catch the
Right.
porno. You had to watch Playboy Mansion, or you had to get and grab a CD at your cousin's house or whatever. But nowadays it's like it's out there. It's like the Reds, starting off with Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. You can even go on Google now. Type in girls with fat butts, and you find porn. Why? Because our mind is so corrupt off the government. They rather not tell you about the real truth what's going on in the world, like global warming. They rather you hear a certain rap about a stinking girl getting rich off of shaking her butt, talking about sucking dick to a drop. Makes no sense.
Right. And it does make sense if you look at it as to what we've seen in civilizations and great powers in the world, right? Now you take a look at any conquered state, Alexander the Great, Napoleon, Genghis Khan. All of these people really worked on the deception part. Well, the majority, like you could talk about Napoleon. He was one of the great uh, conquerors of the world, you know. And basically, what we've been taught is anything that comes and you deceive the people, you divide and conquer, bro. Once you're able to divide people, and what is people? What did God like? If we look biblically, you were put on this earth to procreate. And the more you procreate, you follow God's values, right? So what does the enemy want you to do is to what? Divide that family up because if you're not together, obviously you lose power and strength. And then people lose faith. Therefore,
That's
what
what happens.
happens? It's easier to conquer these types of nations when they're divided in half. Now, if you look at what's happening in the States now, we're looking at an election it's really gonna mark our future worldwide, bro. Like everything that's gonna happen right now depends on this world power. We know the United States is the greatest world power right now existing. They have the most uh, compared to the world, right? They have the most nuclear power available to them.
Mostly. Yeah.
Now, imagine you looking at this country that's so divided. Right now, the polls are looking okay. They're looking at what 48% going to Trump, or and 50 something percent, 51% going to Kamala Harris, right? So if you look at the biblical sense, that is the best time to attack a nation. Why?
Definitely.
Because it's so divided. It's so divided.
Definitely.
We don't know what we want. Like you go and ask a woman, "Hey, what do you need to make you happy?" Hey, she's gonna say. She's not gonna say marriage. She's gonna say
No.
money.
Yeah. And
You
if she
know?
can't find money, that's basically off like economics what we're looking at. 'Cause basically, if you look at Trump, this guy was born a millionaire. You look at Camilla Harris, she's a person that's first of all, she's a Latino. She's a Latino. You know what I mean? Like we're Latin people ourselves. My dad comes from Guatemala, my mom's from Israel. I was born in the U.S. You see what I'm saying? Like if we think about how really everything works out, is that we're going against each other. This lady, literally herself, personally, she wants to kick all the immigrants, Latin people that she comes from a Latin background herself, and lose everything. And she'd rather kick out all the Latin people that are hard workers. We get minimum wage for it, first of all. Second of all, a white man's not going to go to a farm and cut grass. He's not going to go there on that cornfield and pick that corn. He's going to get an immigrant to do it. If 95% of our people come back to our nature country, the U.S. will drop at least by 90%. And then you got Donald Trump. He wants to keep the immigrants there because he knows the money's there, but he can't do it by himself. Why? Because he has to do everything by himself. I'm not saying Trump's a good president, but he makes more sense on behalf of details. And then you got this other guy that they put in office that didn't know what the hell he was doing. Joe Biden. Here we go with the BS. Guy's 86 years old. They got him looking like a puppet. He can barely talk, but he's a president. How did he become a president? He can barely talk. He doesn't know about half of the thing he wants to. He's just like George Bush. If you really think about it, not George Bush Jr. I'm talking about George Bush Sr. This guy's in it for the petroleum. That's why he got with the guy with Tesla. So that he doesn't use his petroleum, let's get him to use electric cars. So he can make billions off
No,
of that
he
instead of
didn't. He never teamed up with Elon Musk, is what you're saying. Tesla. That's Donald Trump.
it down. You see what I'm saying? Like the breakdown is the same thing. So basically, it's like you're going with gas. So for example, Trump is electronics, Biden is gas, and then you got this Latina lady, she's diesel. The
No,
only thing
no,
that you're
no.
doing is just mixing
Donald, no, you got that reverse, bro. Donald Trump is gas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's the same thing at the end of the day. It's three different people that keep on recycling the same trash.
Yeah. Well,
That's
we
what
got
it
we
is.
got Jose coming on board, and we're kind of getting a little bit into the juicy part of this topic, where we have Gilbert Pop G there. He's a Donald Trump supporter, from what I'm hearing, right? So
That's
he
what
sees
she's
a lot
saying.
of views, a lot of different things going on with Kamala Harris, and we got Jose Alfaro. You on, bro?
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Doing good, man. Just starting off a new podcast. It's we're talking about today the pro-choice or pro-life is the main part, but we're doing it with G's here from Guatemala, so we're standing tall.
All right.
So so yeah, we thanks for coming on board. We're getting a little deeper into the topic, bro, with when it comes to pro-choice and pro-life. We actually ran through a little bit of what's going on now in the States with basically this sexy red and the way she, she's basically she's being promoted by an elite class, and they're promoting somebody that's basically degrading the view of a woman, a black woman in the States, and the way we visualize it. So what does that say to our kids? You know what I'm saying? And now we're going through the topic that's very touchy, where it's either you're pro-choice or pro-life. A lot of pro-lifers. Let's start where you stand as to what you believe in, if you're pro-choice or pro-life. Let's start there.
It's a little bit difficult. Being honest with you, I think that at the end of the day, I think for me are the same. Cause if you're pro-choice, you have, I mean, it's the same. You have the choice. If you're saying pro-life, I'm a little bit more pro-life than pro-choice. Being honest, but at the end of the day, it's not your decision. That's what I think. However, I'm a little bit more pro-life. If you want
Right.
my point of view, I'm a little bit more pro-life.
Well, what I'm understanding is, hey, you're not the one that's going through making that decision, but as to um, favoring something, you favor for them to say, hey, choose life instead of an abortion, is what you're saying.
That one, yes. That one, yes. I'm
Right.
against
So,
abortion.
and
Yes.
right, you personally are against abortion, but what I'm saying is like you know that it's not your body, right? So if a person chooses to go and get an abortion, it's obviously not your life. So basically, you say, hey, do what you want. You're gonna pay the consequences of with God or whatever you believe in. Is that correct?
That is correct. Being honest with you, at the end of the day, that is my point of view. I can give you
Right.
my opinion. It's like don't do it because it's they're going to say to you
Right.
like, hey, my body, my decision. Yeah, that it's right, but you have the decision to you I don't know, use protection, right? uh there
Right.
right now,
Right.
how many things you can do? You have pills, you have condoms, you have a lot of things that you can use. um and that one is your decision as well. If you decide, to have relations, why you don't protect yourself? If at the end of the day you don't want to
Very
get
good point.
pregnant, you can get you can protect yourself. So
Right.
that's what I'm telling you. Like at the end of the day, it's the same. Like it's gonna be the decision of in this case it's gonna be, of course, the girl. It's gonna be her decision. But yeah, my decision, my body. Yeah, but again, you have the decision as well to take pills, to use condoms. I don't know, something else, right?
Right. Well, I'm gonna
Facts.
touch on that unless you have something to say, Pop, before that.
Yeah, like on what he's saying, he's telling the truth. But nowadays, to put it to you like a man, nowadays there's so many females, and unfortunately, due to music, who doesn't listen to music, right?
Yeah.
Like you saying, Sexy Red, we got Cardi B, you got this white girl that came out of nowhere talking about her too. It's so much negativity. Girls nowadays are not getting pregnant because they want to. Girls are getting pregnant because they want a paycheck. What is the first thing you break up with a girl nowadays? Any girl, be your best friend, girlfriend, y'all break up, you got kids together. First thing she's doing is taking the child support.
Yep.
Why? Because it's a paycheck. They rather see the benefits from a paycheck, and then these kids. And I'm sorry to say it, my daughter, I love my kids to death. I wouldn't change it for nobody in the world. But you got these baby mamas that are good for two things: for nothing and will never be nothing. They think they're better than you because they got a car, they're living in the house, don't pay rent. They still got to put electricity and water just like anybody else has to. But we're their paycheck until those kids are 18 years old.
Right.
That's what they are. We get to see them when they want us to see them. They don't want us to see them. We can't see them. We got to fight with them to talk to our kids. We got to do this to do that. And it makes no sense because, unfortunately, we have these crazy, and this is coming from their mothers because their mothers raised them.
Right.
So it's that bloodline that is bad blood. They say, yes, I believe in God. Yes, I believe in this. I believe in that. But they're the first people to curse somebody out. They're the first person to get ahead and grab a gun. They're the first people to get ahead and do something negative to you because you don't want to be with that person. Oh, you left my daughter. I'm better. This, that. And it's not about who's being better. The thing is that when a relationship is not good or healthy for somebody and you're in a toxic relationship, that doesn't mean as men, we have to take those hits. We can't be around that negativity. We try to look for peace in ourselves, even though that we're on mental watch. They don't care about mental health nowadays. These kids need mental help, not just from being mom and being dad. You can take a kid to a psychologist any day of the week. A psychologist is there for a paycheck nowadays, just like half of the doctors in the world. Everybody now is for a paycheck. We go here in Zone 9. It's called Dix, Guatemala. What happens? Oh, I got a simple fever. You know it's the flu. But you have to get there you have to go there from your job to get suspended because you're working at a call center job or you're working at any other job so you can get suspended. So what do? Oh, I think I got COVID. But you rather do that than go to work and then miss 30% of your paycheck knowing daggone well at the end of the month your kids gotta eat.
Very
But us
true.
as men, we can't miss that 25.
Right.
These females, they get off Mother's Day. They celebrate Mother's Day more than a Father's Day any day. Father's Day says, "Hey, happy Father's Day, Daddy, I love you." That's it. A card.
Right.
Mother's Day, you gotta buy her flowers. You gotta buy her a cake. You gotta treat her like she's a queen of the day. But Dad, what do we get? Nothing. Do we have to? We us as men, we have to stand up for what we want.
Right.
That's where I come in as pro-life.
Right. And I mean I agree with both of you on that. The only thing I would say is like where like if we kind of follow some of the values like the biblical values that we should have, right? According to the way I was raised, right? If we go back to some of the things that we were taught as young men, I was taught that it was okay to be fucking chicks, as many chicks as possible, bro. You know, they
Facts.
were, I mean, my uncles were like, ah, her man, smash that. Smash that, bro. Like at 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? And
Facts.
I'm not saying that, hey, I didn't have a father figure to follow, to teach me to respect myself or to respect a woman enough to say, hey, I'm going to commit to this for the rest of my life. So as I got older and matured, I realized, man, and you guys know, Jose, it's so easy to bang chicks. You know, what do we do?
Yeah.
Sometimes we exaggerate the truth to them because that's what they want to hear. They don't want to hear the fucking truth. They love being lied to.
Yep.
Yes or no?
They like when you treat them like dogs. You treat them like they're woman, and you're too nice to them.
So,
I was watching this guy on this guy was talking to some girl. What was this famous African American judge, man? That's in the U.S. Very famous. I'll look for it on Facebook and
all
I'll send
right,
you the link. It's literally crazy how this lady said, "No, I don't. I want a divorce," and she asked why. The judge asked her why. Oh, he's too nice. He gives me he rubs
I
my
saw
back when
that.
I don't even
I
want
saw
to.
that. It was crazy. Yeah, it was
that's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, she was like, the
Cocoa
judge was
butter
like, what
on
the
my
fuck?
braids start itching. When my braids start itching, he put too much cocoa butter on me.
No
He
way.
takes care of me this, but when you treat them like they're damn dogs, how they need to
Right.
be treated. Because remember, us men, we're based off of actions. They're based off
Right.
emotion.
But that's kind of like what I wanted to kind of touch base on, and we'll go into that, but I want to finish this topic really quick as to what Jose was saying. He's like, okay, we have condoms, we have, pills, but even if we use that, is that the right thing to do? Is what I'm saying. Like if we're
If
gonna
it
follow a
was,
life that says, hey, you know what, you're here to procreate, but at the same time, we're kind of preventing that from happening right from the jump. So we're more focused on the pleasure that we're going to feel for those 5, 10 minutes or whatever takes for you to bust a nut, right? Um,
facts.
Basically, and then at the same time, we're like, okay, I used a condom, so therefore, that's good. We're good. So we've taught our men that it's okay to do that, is what I'm saying. Instead of and what's happened with the population in general, the population has declined. And what do you need in any strong power or source in throughout history? What is the most that you need to be able to maintain that? If you look at Napoleon, you look at Alexander the Great, you look at Genghis Khan, you look at the United States of America right now, right? What even
Yep.
China, if you look at these nations, what is it that they need to be able to maintain that strength is manpower. And the more a society has, and we live in a democratic capitalist system, right? But we're being taught to prevent these kids from happening from the jump. So,
Because unfortunately, we have a system that's called FDCMA, that's a United
yeah,
States law, that unfortunately we have too many daggone dads that are bums. Just like we got moms that are hoes. Even in the Bible it says, if the dirt is fertile, you shall proceed to seed. So that's the same thing with a woman's womb. They're fertilizing dirt. That's our fertilizer. Us as men, we're
yeah,
that tree. So we have to make sure that we give that good
Right.
fruit to that tree. We have to give the best of it. But these girls nowadays, as men as well, they're daggone bums. These girls rather live off of SSI checks, Social Security, income checks, on the behalf of claiming their kids on somebody else's
Right.
W-9 forms and living off of Social Security and getting these EBT cards than finding a 9 to 5 because they scared to break a nail. But you can see these girls every day from Friday, Saturday, even including nowadays, they got bars open on Sundays over there shaking their butts because they got a bag. Now I see everybody doing the Don Julio challenge. Want to put a bottle in their head, a fucking $50 bottle that to us, we've been drinking that way before they were
Yep.
even born. And then you see them walk around with a Don Julio bottle with $50, these caterpillar eyelashes, and these daggone fake ponytails. They're not even, they say it's real natural hair. They look like damn
Right.
horses.
Yeah.
So it's basically, thank you, government. Government been doing this for years. That's like they did with COVID. They depopulated the elderly people. Why? Because they couldn't keep on producing. Those elderly people would have been stopped the loss with the hoochie mama, the
Yeah.
prostitutes, and all that. Why? Because we had elderly people had self-respect. It's like from me to you. You're my elder. I can talk to you, hey, bro, and I can say, my brother, I
Right.
need some advice. But I can't come to you, you know what? I damn hate you. Why would I hate somebody if I don't know how to hate myself? Makes no sense. Thank you,
Yeah, and
government.
I think that's what's happening with and some of us, and I'm glad both of you are on because all of us have gone through, you would say, a traumatizing experience with a woman that we believe that we are gonna spend time with. Because men don't look as to leaving our women, bro. Women are the ones that they say,
No.
okay,
But
hey, I'm gonna leave because so and so. I mean, it's our natural instinct that we want to be with more than one woman. We've made mistakes or whatever, depending as to where you are in life, but we're made to procreate. But we don't leave our women. Now, I'll ask you personally.
we don't try
Yeah.
to leave our
So
women.
these women, they come up and
Personally,
they wanna do the same thing as men when they're not like men. You know what I'm saying? They're not like us. And I believe you're a good man, Jose, and you too, Pop. You guys are. I mean, Jose's an example. He's got custody of his kids, bro. Like what you're going through, what you're trying to do, Jose already did. I was never able to do that. He's so
I'm
you
going
can
for it.
look at him as an example that there are good men out there that are trying to do things that women are not. All they're going to try to do is how can I get money? How can I make him be the one that society looks at as the bad guy? You know what I'm saying? And
That's why, that's why people here, when you get married, ex females, baby mamas. When you leave these baby mamas nowadays, and you find a right woman, and it's hard nowadays to find somebody that's that right woman. But when you find that needle, like we always said when I was growing up in my dad's house, or my mother's house, better yet, you got to look for that needle in that haystack. Everybody else, when we're younger, man, we're dogs. I'm having sex at least 300 times, even if it's 5 sex. I'm busting my quick nut on every girl I can find. But then when you trust that person and you put kids in that person, you thought that was the end of your life. That's the person that you would ride or die for. And that person betray you, that's the worst feeling
yeah,
in the world. And then you gotta accept that betrayal, like, what did I do wrong? And then they get mad of what
right.
you're doing now. Because you found somebody that loved you. You found somebody that loved you for who you are, not for
Or
what
for
you
what you,
want,
yeah,
but for who you are as a man. And you can sleep with that person. You can play video games with that person. You can eat, sleep, piss, shit with that person. That's the best feeling in the world. And then they hate you because of that. Then they try to take your kids away from you. Then they say, "No, daddy doesn't love you. Daddy this, daddy that." We're the bad guys because we couldn't do it. We couldn't deal with that toxic person no more. That's not
yeah,
our fault.
yeah.
That's their fault because they couldn't take advantage of what we were giving them. Nowadays, a woman is basically getting pregnant just
Look at
for
these
a
stats,
paycheck.
right? Check out these stats on
That's
the
what it is.
life of a single mother in this. This is a report from the Single Mom University in the U.S. They have an article that shows that there are 15 million single mothers in America today, bro, and they're raising more than 22
Yep.
million of the American youth. You know what I'm saying?
And then why do you think kids go to gang banging? Because they don't have that father figure to whoop their butt. And then you got these kids that are adults. And now we're listening to, not to say it in a bad way, because I listen to it myself when I'm super mad and I want to punch something. We're listening to drill music.
Yeah.
You rather teach a kid how to shoot a gun, and it's coming out of Chicago area. I don't got nothing against the Chicago. I
Right.
love Chicago like the bottom of my hand because I was a Bulls fan all my life. But you got these kids coming out of Chicago. Hey, O Block this. I'm BD. I'm GD. I got Grape Street. Where I come from on the East Coast, Irvington, New Jersey. We got Grape Street Crits right down the block. We call
Yeah.
them slobs with their bloods. So it's like we have black on black
Right.
communities killing each other. We have Latinos
Exactly.
killing Latinos. We have whites. Who's the person that created the gun? It was a white man. Smith and Wesson comes from a white man. So basically, these guns originally was born and raised to kill animals at the time in the back in the time, and now we're using it to kill each other instead of like it conquering to become one whole. If they see every race come together, if we put Latinos, because you know how it is in the States, Latinos run with African Americans. If we put Latinos and African Americans together as one, and all the African Americans come together with the Latinos all as one, it would be a humongous community. There will be more barbecues. There will be more listening to classic music. There will be more listening to advice from
Right.
elderly people. But we can't do that because we got these crazy baby moms wanting to get ahead and go out to go party with their sugar daddy, because now they're not even there. These guys are 80 years old. They're only gonna last 2 minutes on Viagra. They get $100, then last 100, spend $100 on his kid's schoolwork, or spend $100 to get this kid into art classes, or into a basketball field, or to a football field, or a soccer field. Get him to something that he won't like at the beginning, but at the long run, it's gonna be good for his life future going on. How many Beckers are people getting from playing football or soccer or basketball? The U.S. is one of the biggest nations of giving out these university scholarships and walking as D1s to go to the
Right.
NFL. And what are we doing with it? We're not doing nothing. We're depopulating each other because nowadays kids are 13, 14 years old already smoking weed. It's illegal. You know what I mean? I don't got nothing against weed. I smoked hella weed my whole damn life, but it's illegal. All right, so it's illegal. But you rather see me? I wouldn't smoke a blunt with my son. I wouldn't even damn. I smoke cigarettes. Everybody knows that. I wouldn't even smoke a damn cigarette with my son. I punch him in his throat because that's me as being a dad. Because I don't want him to follow my footsteps. I want him to be better.
Yeah.
But you
Well,
got these
that
daggone
that's a
moms
different topic, bro.
that live
Like
with.
I mean, we would need to. I believe we do need to be somewhat of an example to our kids because we're the first ones they see. So whatever it'll be very highly, and I think you'll agree. Both of you will agree with me on that. It's highly hypocritical to tell our kids to do something that we're already to not do something that we're already doing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just more right to kind of either we fix our minds or we gather ourselves, but it's like be real with those kids is the thing. Um,
I'm never gonna lie to my son, but that's the thing that I'm saying. Like I rather my son learn an understanding of what's good and what's bad before it gets out of hand. First of all, every joke
right,
started off
but
right,
if you put it like
and
this,
I'm
if
gonna
you
do
put it
like
like
this.
this, like the
First,
point that you're making is this, right? If a mother is trying to teach her daughter not to be a hoe, but she's a hoe, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is she gonna learn to do?
that's what I'm saying.
So,
That's what I'm saying though. That's why you have to have like the right. That's what we're missing. That
right, but
father
what I'm saying
figure.
is we have to be a like a very high example to them. Um, I don't know if you have anything on that, Jose. Did you see gangs while you were growing up?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Were you ever involved in a gang?
No, no, no. I was like, uh, where I lived, they were like a couple of gangs, you know. The only one that we have here in Guatemala, you know, like 18th and MS, that is from El Salvador. Those two were they had like some gang members on San Lucas,
Okay,
so I grew up over there. I
okay.
never was involved in one. However, I was involved. I was involved a little bit when I was at school in selling drugs.
Oh, okay.
I was involved
What
in that.
what what made you want to get into that life?
Money.
Right. Did you grow up with your dad, mother, and father?
I did. I did. When I was 18, my father died. My mother's still alive, but that was something like different. Different. I don't want to say that it's my father's fault, but the thing is that he was a really hard worker, and he was like, "I'm gonna give you everything that I didn't have."
He spoiled you.
Yeah. So he wasn't home. He wasn't at home at all. So that's part that I was like, looking for bad companies.
Right, looking for attention.
Yeah.
Looking for a father figure, really.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Right. What about you, Pop? Did
That's the
did you
difference.
grow up in gang life or what?
Gang
Right.
violence and gang relations my whole life. It's where I came from. Everybody's Grape Street crib. I've been gang banging since I've been what 9 years old, literally. So it's like it wasn't that I was looking for a father figure. The thing is that, to be honest with you, there's a point at my life when I wanted to gang bang and be a part of the gang. It's not because of money. It's because I had what was a hatred against me. I was the black sheep of the family because I liked to play basketball. I liked African American girls. My dad didn't like that because he was a Latino person, and I guess you could say in a certain way he was type of racist. And not only that, he just was an alcoholic. So I hated alcohol. That's why I never liked to drink. I'll drink a beer or with you guys or two, but I won't get messed up because something that my body tells me,
Hmm.
pop, no. So that's why I look at the gang. I had a great, I won't never lie, the greatest person I ever met. His name's Stefan. He's in prison right now for 7 years. They call him Pert. Another guy, two of these guys that were like father figures to me. One of them showed me the street way, the other one told me to get me into school. That's why I did so good in school, and then streetwise, I was just super intelligent and never got locked up for drugs, never got locked up for gang affiliation. Did 2 years downstate because of something else. Attempted murder in first degree that got discharged because it wasn't never my fault. My best friend died in my arms. And that's when I literally said the streets weren't for me. And that's what got me into being the man that I am now with
Nice.
three beautiful kids. But I had to learn from my the super dad that I am. But unfortunately, we got these psycho
Right.
moms
And
that don't let
kind
us.
of going into that, like, thank you for sharing that with us, Pop and Jose. Like, if you take a look at these young kids that are getting into gangs, right, in the United States or even here in Guatemala or Central, anywhere where they're getting into gangs, the main reason why they're jumping into this is because they don't have a family unit. And what is the very first thing that a gang does to a child, to a kid when they're getting in? They beat the fuck out of them for a certain amount of time. So if you think about it, you get that fucking that you get your ass beat and you hold it down. I think all of those kids would have preferred for their father to fucking kick their ass and get them straight instead of having the streets do it. You know what I'm saying? Because they would have been saying, "Okay, my dad is the one, you know, disciplining me, guiding me right." Because when you go in, what do you have to follow? You got to follow rules in a gang. You got to do this. If you don't do this, you get your ass beat. Nigga, what's up? That's what they say. You got to hold that and become a man. So obviously it's a drastic way of raising a child, but the society that we have created, the elites in the world have wanted to destroy certain populations, certain societies, certain nationalities. They want to bring it's like the good and evil is weighing itself out. And it's gotten to the point where we're speaking about this right now. You guys are good men now. You guys have, and can you imagine how many of those boys that were raised either one of us are right now be touching the street because they're being raised by a mother that's resentful to their ex-partner. They're separated with them, and they're saying, "I'm not going to give you custody of the kids," but they're not doing anything for the kids. You know what I'm saying? What they're doing is
Definitely.
they're blaming, "Hey, the reason why we're like this is because of your dad," is what they say.
Or
If
because
your
my
dad
dad didn't
loved
love
you,
me,
he
or
would
he
have been
hated
giving
me.
us
He
somewhere to,
disliked
he would have been doing this, and that, whatever. Yeah, I'm not saying, hey, all men are, dimes, perfect. We all make mistakes.
none of
But
us.
when you have a man like Jose, like yourself, that I've seen you with your kids, bro. I seen you at home, like saying, "Hey, Van a comer, seeing what you got to do to take care of them. I seen Jose with his kids. I've seen tears coming out of both your eyes, bro.
That's
You know what I'm
that's what
saying?
a man is there for, man. To get stronger, not to get worse. My mom used to tell me something, right? It's the craziest thing that you literally just took it off the top of my head. I swear, when
Yeah.
you was talking, I
It,
was just thinking about my mom. It's so true. It's a part that's so true that just came out of your mouth that it's basically
yeah.
based on what's
And
topic where we on,
and what
right?
what we got to do is we got to get this out there to all these young men right now and say, okay, we all know that even if we're pro life, it does not mean that abortions are going to end completely. But it means that we get back to something that's in order instead of the disorder that's happening right now. Because right now, a girl thinks, "Hey, I got pregnant, abortion." You know, that's the cure.
Yep.
And that's taking a life. So if we go pro-life, we got to decide how much time that woman will do in jail for taking that life because it is murder. And that's facts.
It's just like the same. It's just like the same thing with transgender, right? It's like I don't got nothing against gay people. I got an older brother that's gay. I don't care. It's his life. He do. If you like it in the butthole, then take it in the butthole. That ain't my damn
No,
problem. It ain't my
well, that's
butthole, so
that's
I'm
the
good.
thing that we're
But back to what
kind
I
of
was
getting out of at my age, and probably Jose, we're getting to that point. You're still probably a little bit young, so when we're young, we don't say, "Hey, we know it's not us, so we don't care." We start saying, okay, how can we be more leaders in our community so our kids will follow a certain line, belief, morals, and values. That's when we start getting out of, okay, no, we got to do this. We have to do this.
but that's what I'm saying. You can lead a horse to the water, right? You could be in the desert, right, with a camel, and you could take that camel to the water. You could be the thirstiest person. You're gonna drink water because
Right.
us as humans, we need water just like a camel. But you crazy as hell. You're crazy out your mind if you're gonna force that camel to drink water if he's not thirsty, dude. It's like the same thing like I was trying to tell you, right? If like my mom used to always tell me this, if your family can't raise you,
Exactly. Yeah.
your community is. It's the hurting part because the people that you grew up with nowadays, half of them are either in jail, the other half are in caskets. And then you try to go to your father and sit down to your father and you try to cry it out. Most men, I tried to deal with my dad when I was 13, 14 years old and I lost my best friend. And the first thing they say, why are you acting like a pussy? Instead of understanding our self hurt, because this person was like a brother to you, or this person was like a sister to you, or a cousin, whoever, to you, and then you look at that and you try to take that as a father figure, as a man. We're born to be beast as men. There's no crying. There's no, oh, I hurt my hand. No, I burnt my finger. No, I cut my finger off. No, whatever happens, happened. You keep on going forward because that's how, unfortunately, our ancestors were raised. Because remember, us as Latin American people, we were slaves. Not only African Americans, Guatemalan people were slaves. We were immigrants our whole life. We're still now to this day, they call us wetback. And I'm a U.S. citizen. How many white Caucasian people that we call Karens, how many people have done my punch in the face for calling my dad a wetback, knowing that my dad has a green card because he has a thick accent? So it's the same thing as slavery. But we're getting to the back to the same thing that I'm saying is that nobody takes advantage of what they got until it's gone. Us as men, congratulations, Jose, you getting your kids, you got full custody, man. I take literally, I salute you. Literally, as a man, I'm on the same verge of doing the same thing. I'm going full custody for my kids right now. It's a humongous
Yeah.
headache. I know it's a lot of money. I done got more than 40,000 guitars already into it. I got my brother sending me money. I'm working freight. I'm working call center. But don't give up on what you have, brother, because your kids are precious to you. And once you're older, that's what they're gonna love. They said, "My dad did this, not mommy." That's the best feeling when you get Mother Day's gift and you get Father Day's gift. When you understand what being a man is when you can raise that pup, that little puppy that you had, that little puppy you raised into a full grown beast of a pit bull. That's the best feeling you could have, bro. Literally, I tell you that as a man. Literally, I congratulate you. Hopefully, I talk to you off this. on a different time, and we'll figure it out. Because I'm literally I already got 4 lawyers on this, but I want to get ahead and get full
Yeah,
custody of my
my
kids as
my
soon as
my
possible,
work, I
brother.
want to be able to I want to be able to make our connections so we can all help a lot of young men going through a lot of stuff like that. And that's the main idea as to what we can do to kind of get that out there, right? But to really understand that, hey, we don't have to focus on the person specifically that was affected, because the people that were affected were the women.
No,
They've been wrongfully trained to think that they can live without a man and that they don't need a man in their kids' lives, and that they can change men and live a happily supposed life without the father of the child. And that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? The father needs to be in that child's life. And that's what they got wrong. I mean,
that's the
in
only.
society nowadays, if you thank God we don't live it here in Guatemala as much as in the US, because in the US they give you welfare, housing, they give you food stamps, they give you all this, and whenever they go and check the house,
He
the only thing the inspector needs to make sure is that there's
housing.
no man living in the house. And that's what qualifies them
Yup.
for being continue to have that government support. Here,
They still seek the man in the back of the house while nobody's there until the landlord comes the next week and they tell him he got to
right?
go out and sleep over at his mother house. That's why us as men are bums nowadays because they know that they got baby mama. And then the craziest part about it, you know what it is? Instead of these females getting child support or saying who the daddy is, they
Yep.
say I don't know who the daddy is. And this guy's out here on the block all day
Yo,
selling
bro,
rocks and shooting dice, making his
yo,
six, seven hundred
talking
dollars a
about
month.
that, bro, today I was
It's
watching a
crazy.
video on YouTube where this girl had lied to the fucking dude for 11 years. He she had him believing that he was the father to a child that I guess he went up on her phone and he saw, oh, only if he knew. She wrote a message to one of her friends saying only if he knew that he was
Yeah.
not the real dad. And then he didn't say anything,
Yep.
but he went and got he went to get the test, right? So they did a blood test, comes back,
Mm-hmm.
bro. The dude was not the father to that child, man. Believe that?
That's the worst feeling to
11
feel.
years, bro.
The worst feeling a man can feel. The worst feeling ever is that somebody says that something is yours. You didn't took care of it. You brought it up as a seed into a complete human, and everything just
Bro,
goes downhill. Oh my
how
God!
can you do that to
It
somebody?
happened to
There
me
should
when I
be a
was
criminal
here.
proceeding for that. That is like not that is not just.
I had this. I'm gonna put her name. I'm gonna put her name as D because I know her whole name. Hopefully, if she sees this, she's gonna kill me or she's gonna block me on Facebook, whatever. I don't care. This girl named D. I'm not gonna put her out there. Best, literally, this was my wife from the age of 13 all the way up to the age of 17. I swear, the best. She wasn't the best looking, the most beautiful. She was just my wife. That was my right hand man. When I went to prison, whatever, she was there. However you want to put it, that was my right hand man. She got pregnant, stepfather. It wasn't even her biological father. Stepfather. Muslim dude. Don't got nothing against Muslims. I know how to talk. My mom from Israel, I talk Hebrew and I can talk basically Islamic. You know what I mean? So the guy came to me, he's like, hey man, I know you're white. I was like, yeah, I'm not white, first of all. I'm Latino. My dad's from Guatemala. Oh, where's that at? I'm looking like, do you know Guatemala, Central America? Oh, you're Mexican. No. My dad's from Guatemala, Central America. A lot of people are confused on these countries because they don't do social studies, right? So, guy came to the house. He was like, "Hey, D's pregnant." I said, "All right. So, the hell you want me to do with it? Like, I'm a man. If it's mine, so I'm gonna do what I gotta do." I took care of this girl from being 2 weeks pregnant all the way until the baby was born. So I said, "Man, this is kind of weird that the baby came out a little tangerine color." It's like, all right, you know what I mean? Regardless of my daughter, I'm not gonna never neg this baby at all, even if she wasn't mine. But as a man, you feel that attachment to your biological kids, and you feel that
Right.
detachment when something doesn't add up. I told him, I was like, hey man, I gotta tell you this as an honest person. That baby don't look like me. You're African American. You're dark skinned. You know what I mean? You're African American, dark skinned, and then I'm white as paper. So like the baby has to come out at least a little bit caramel, even if it's on one butt cheek. So I was like, nah, don't add up. I'm taking care of this girl. We're working, literally cutting grass. I was landscaping with my dad, painting houses, and I'm going to high school. So I'm doing all three of these, making sure she's good. She's at home eating pizza and watching videos, home alone on Christmas. We chilling and whatever. Man, come to find out, I just broke up with her. I don't know why we just broke up. I think it was because I was too busy making money, hustling. She didn't want me to do it. So we broke it off. And I get a superior straight to my house. D has now sentenced this person, Pop, whatever his complete name is, da da da. You're on the behalf of this little girl's name. I'm not gonna put her name out there because she's still my daughter now to this day. And you're the biological father. I said, all right, get to the court system. I said, listen, judge, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm white. She's African American. She's dark skinned. The baby should come out at least caramel. So no, the baby's yours. The baby's yours. Come to find out, it took a DNA test.
Oh,
99.9%, I was not the father.
oh,
It
damn.
it killed me inside. I even told her, hey man, don't worry about it. I'm still gonna be there for that child. It killed me inside. I'm talking about, dude. It really felt like I was literally on suicide watch because I love this little girl that I seen playing in her mom's stomach, playing with her, bought her shoes, bought her brand new Nikes. I was the happiest guy at the age of 17 in the world. Going to high school, I said, man, I gotta work 3 shifts now, and I gotta go to high school. And what hurted me the most is that how you can love somebody so daggone hard for them to take advantage of you. They're not going to college. They're not going to high school. They're not doing nothing with their life. They're at home watching Home a Damn Alone while you over here counting these damn 50 damn pound sacos of straight grass, sweating your butt off during the sun
Right.
and the
Yeah.
winter time. Make sure she has food. So you're a mama osa. That's what you're doing is giving mama beer all the things she need while you're looking stupid. Then the judge comes to me and being like, Gilbert, do you proceed to be the father? I was like, proceed to be what father? Of that girl? Yes. That baby's not mine. Wasn't no father there. I'm still gonna be the father. But I don't want anything to do with the mama. Oh, but if you can't do anything with the mama because you're not the biological father, this thing. So you know what? I don't want anything to do with anybody. I had to find out the hard way. Being a father is easy, dude.
Yeah.
Sticking your dick in somebody's only 5 minutes, bust that quick nut. That's the best thing in your life. You gotta worry about the rest of that child's life. You gotta make sure that baby has pampers, that baby has clothes, that baby has food, that baby has everything. Definitely here in Guatemala, dude. They say the best. I see people literally graduate from these
Right.
high class universities, not even San Carlos. I'm talking about Bali, Landivar, and Marroquín, these high class universities. And these daggone people got these high class degrees and
For
damn
sure.
idiots. And these girls that talk about my dad, my mom, my dad, and they can't even damn tie their damn shoe. I know a guy that's an architect. I'm not even gonna tell you his name because guys to me he's cool as fuck. Fortunately, he's my baby mom's brother.
No
This guy's
way.
an architect, can't even fucking change a car tire. Like, what the fuck? You're fucking years old, dude. You can't fucking change a car tire. You're a fucking bum. You're fucking. You can cook in a fucking house. You can't wash a fucking dish, but you don't know how to fucking change a fucking car tire. You can't grab a fucking can't paint a fucking room, dude.
Never
You're doing
taught to be
bad.
a man,
Yeah,
bro.
no,
Yeah.
no, never taught. He was too busy being a
And
bitch
that's the
because
thing
his
we got to
mom
we
taught
got
him how
to
to.
we got to kind of promote and change. Um yeah, so
Only how we're gonna do it, man, is we get some real father
right.
figures to teach these kids how to do something what they really need to do. Teach these kids when they get to that age, because we all get to that age, man. You know, at the age of 13, 14, you think you're the damn owner of the streets. And instead of us teaching them the wrong way of gang banging, me personally, I wouldn't teach my kids that now. But one day I know I'm gonna have to take them to where I grew up at. Like, hey man, this is what you call fucking poverty, and this is what you have. You know what I mean? You rather have this than that, or you rather have both. Because I can't control, I
Right.
can't go left and then go right. It's either you got to right or stay right. Like in the Bible says, you can't be in the middle. You have to be hot or you have to be cold. I'm gonna be hot, so I'm gonna full throttle because you're my son. But if I take my foot off that gas for you, and I let you drive that steering wheel, I have to make sure you're not gonna fucking be a crash dummy. We have to create leaders, kings for you to how to be kings, queens to how to
Yeah.
be queens, not to be damn defaults. Like the guy Charles White. I don't know if you know this guy. Look at it, you'll find it on YouTube. He said, we're promoting women. How he said it? He said, we're promoting women and men as kings and queens. When did you hear Queen
Never.
Elizabeth talk? And why are these girls saying they're queens? They
That's a
always
good
running their
point.
fucking mouth.
That's a good point.
Like that. It's logic. When did you see Queen Elizabeth call her husband, King, I need help? Never. She planted her own garden of Eden when she went out there to do the tomatoes. She had a lot of servants there. She didn't let nobody make her damn food. She did it for her husband and her two princes.
That's a good point.
That's a woman. That's the education that these people are billionaires. This lady was a multi-billionaire and walk around her damn own lawn cutting her own damn grass.
Right,
Multi-billionaire
right.
knowing damn well she got 25 motherfuckers that can do it for her. You got this king, multi-trillionaire, and he never said nothing about his wife. Queen Elizabeth said, I never, and that's what he said, King as well, King. He said, I never had to fight with my wife. And they said, what is the topic of basically your relationship with your wife? He said, I had two options. Either go against her or go with her. And if she told me to go against her, then that means I have to go against my own will because I'm deducting myself as a man to show her who's king. So she doesn't, I don't follow her. We follow each other. Nowadays, we don't got kings and queens. We have bums and slums. Fortunately, we live in a crazy world where these queens that are so-called queens are good to get ahead and grab on a damn Facebook, type a big ass paragraph about, oh, he left me,
Yeah,
but I
they
fucked his
talk
brother.
about having they
They
talk about
say, he
themselves
left
being high valued women when they don't have anything to offer.
then you, that's what I'm saying, like, pussy, anybody can get pussy, dude. There's a million and one women in this world, unfortunately. Just like men. But these women don't have value no more as a woman. They're too busy being hoes. They think that jumping off of somebody else, put it to you like baby moms. How are you gonna have sex with a man that's fucking married? You first of all, as a woman, you should have fucking enough value of validating yourself. Oh, this guy left me because I fucked up. Instead of saying, "Oh, he left me because he wanted somebody
Well,
else." No, you gotta
that's
validate
kind of what's been
yourself.
happening for a very long
You
time with women, bro. Like they're very competitive. If they see a woman with a man, they're trying. Like honestly, I think it was what's his name? Let me just see if I can find it. I think he did a social experiment where let me just see if I can find it, bro. Let's see here. Hold on.
Our dicks, as men, our dicks been used. Woman's pussy nowadays, bro. If you find a virgin, you're the luckiest man on fucking earth.
Facts.
Because nowadays these females been ran through more than these females been pushing out kids every fucking 3 days. They got these abortions, like you said. I go against abortions. Me personally, only way I wouldn't go against abortion if somebody got raped by their dad or something like that, and it's mandatory by law. You know what I mean? But you got these girls out here, 13, 14, 15 years old, definitely here in Guatemala, dude. You see these damn people mining people. I don't want to say
Right.
disrespect because might get banned because of that. Mining people. They have damn kids on their back at fucking 14 years old. They're like fucking baby chimpanzees. And they're young. And it's the same thing with society. We keep on recycling the same shit. If you see what we've been doing from 2010 to 2020, we're doing everything in fucking reverse. Back in the day, we had the old Mobby jeans and fucking the New Balances, and now everybody's coming back with the New Balances, the Afros, and fucking and fucking pop locker jeans, Barker wears. Everything's coming back out. What happened 2010? Why? Because we're not going forward as a community. We're not going forward as men. We're not bringing that beast out. We're going in reverse. You can't scream at a female nowadays. You can't
Yeah,
tell a
you can't.
female, leave me alone, I want peace. You can't bring peace to your own house because you don't, because you'll go to jail for it. Yo, your internet got stuck, bro.
Hold on one second. Let me see if I can.
It's connected now.
Hold on one second.
So it's like what we're doing is we let them make these
All
laws
right.
for
The
female, and where's the men laws? Like
this guy
family death, right?
Dan Belzarian. Look it up on YouTube, right? He came from a very privileged family, but he made money gambling, and he just wanted to do an experiment, right? Like he wanted to fuck women as much as he could. So what he would do is he would go with like two women on his arm to a club, and since women would see him, like beautiful women, he would bring two beautiful broads with him, and since other women would see them with him, they wanted to be with him. So he would get more women like that. He talks about that in a book that he wrote.
It's the same thing in life here in Guatemala, right? Woman, look at woman here, dude. If a woman can damn, this is something that my dad always taught me and my mom always taught me. If you like a girl and she's beautiful from the outside and you see all that damn makeup,
Yeah,
take her ass to the swimming pool. If not, take it to the beach. You're gonna see if you really like her or not. Damn, dude, we're sitting with girls 18, 19 years old here in Guatemala. Dude already painting their damn lips, cracked lips and fucked up, look like they crackheads from the States. Looking like straight hoochie mamas because they got all this damn makeup on. And then when you take them to the damn, you take them outside or you take them to a swimming pool or something, they're
you're
like
like,
fucking
damn, what's up
Llorona,
with
dude.
all that
They're
makeup,
like the
right?
fucking witch from fucking Notre Dame. Like, no.
Yeah,
Lady off of Snow, the witch off of Snow White. All beautiful in the inside, and then this and then that, and this fucking goes riding. And then the same thing because in China they do the same shit. After 20 years old, the girls are worth nothing in China. If you really look at the aesthetics of China or Asian culture, these girls use fucking 30 pounds of damn makeup. They look like fucking Barbie dolls. And then when you see them take
yeah.
off the makeup, it's like, what the fuck is happening in your face? And that's the culture that we live in. They think makeup can fix everything. I'd rather have a girl, my wife personally, she uses makeup. She doesn't use a lot of it, but I tell her all the time, baby, I'd rather see
Yeah.
your face personally with no makeup on. It's not that you're ugly to me. They might say, oh, she's ugly
Bro,
to
and
you,
that's another
but you're
form
fucking
that's another
nuts.
form of
Like, I'd rather see your
deception.
natural you.
I mean, women have to do so much to I mean, they say they don't like being lied to, right? And most of them want a man that's more than 6 feet. They want him to be fit. They want him to be in shape, but they're not meeting up to that quality themselves, you know?
They want,
I mean,
they want you to have a
it's
big dick and don't
crazy,
get them
man.
pregnant.
Like,
And then on top of that, it's
yeah,
crazy how these girls, they say, oh, you're good. Right? You can have a dick in the world, dude. It don't matter. You can have a fucking inch and a half of dick. But if a girl got a fucking pussy that's a blown out turkey, the fuck? You know, really, we're not gonna feel shit. You know, dude, you might as well suck my dick and try to bust a nut. It's logic. And dude, these girls been so ran through nowadays. I knew a girl that I grew up with. Her name was Tanisha. Dude, she been ran through the whole block. I didn't even know. Just chilling with her and everything. One day I had sex with her. It's like I was fucking a raw turkey, dude. Fucking, I'm talking about I was fucking jamming this bitch. I could have shoved my whole fucking straight hand straight into her pussy, dude. Like that's how ran through it was. And then they said no, he had a little dick. It's not the point of it, man. Not the point about the dick size. The point how you use it. And then these girls now they want you to get ahead and eat their pussy, and it fucking smells
for
like a
real.
fucking fish market.
No cap.
What the fuck is that? Like, you got a fucking gonorrhea or fucking you're dead inside? Like it's something
Yeah,
your pussy's on cat mode. Like wash that shit. Wash it and the stench still don't go away.
yeah,
That
for
means that you're
sure.
fucking dying in the inside. You just don't want nobody to know. Like it's weird how we as men concept ourselves as being out there. We as men, we look at each other like, oh, that's my bro. That's my guy. Yeah, look at him. He's doing great. I want to see him doing more positive things in the world, like you did to me, for example, when I first got here. You didn't fucking understand Spanish. You're the person that gave me 2 quetzales, got my shoes shine, got a job. That's positivity that you put in this world. That's what you're gonna receive back. Now you can't do that to everybody because certain people are gonna take your fucking hand and they're gonna bite your arm off. The same thing with these females nowadays. You give them a little bit of money, they go fucking crazy. You get them. You try to be the father, the person in the house. Baby, you know what? You don't gotta work. I got everything. I'm gonna take care of you. These bitches not at work. They fucking on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, talking to Tom, Dick, and Harry. You fucking got cameras in your house, and you find out this guy's fucking in your bed. The person that you just paid for the fucking money to buy the bed, the TV, everything. This motherfucker playing your PlayStation 5, watching your kids while you over here fucking starving at work to get to feed your kids. And then they catch an attitude when you catch them. Oh, but you didn't do this, you didn't.
Yeah,
Bitch, you got your nails done and your hair done. But I gotta be the bad person. I can't get a shape up. Oh, you getting a shape up because you're gonna go out with the boys. We're going out to go watch a football game while they're going out to fuck Tom, Dick, and Harry. Makes no sense. We're going in reverse. It's like my mom told me. You gotta take care of yourself before you take care of others. But if you can take care of others while you're taking care of
for
yourself, you're gonna
sure.
be a growing man. But if you can't be a grown man, you're just a fucking kid. These kids, these women nowadays are fucking kids. They
Well,
want to think that they're more beautiful than everybody. They want to get ahead, and now everybody wants to get ahead. I want to be healthy. I want to go to the gym. And these girls going to the gym just to make their ass look big, and then they go out twerking, get fucked in the ass, get pregnant by they don't know who, bring their kids to the damn father's house, and let the grandparents raise their kids instead of the damn dude
and
that
and,
got you pregnant.
and that's a reason. That's a reason why
Instead of you
I'm
holding up
doing
as a
some
mom.
of this work and getting this podcast out there, kind of getting these topics kind of talked about because we don't have enough men talking about these issues as to what we're going through, what we see to and what we can do to improve our society, you know?
We don't have that opposition. Why? Because we're men. We have to take all the shit, put the shit on our back, and carry it. That's how we were raised. No crying, no screaming, no suicide watch, no fighting, no want to go to war. Dude, there's this guy that they call Reaper. You can even look for him. He literally got 33 concealed shots. He was a fucking
What's
ranger.
his name?
I'm talking about he's a beast. African American cat. Love him to death. Coolest guy ever heard. They call him Reaper. 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 Irving something. I'm looking for it right now on the TV where I got you. And dude
What
is
do you
a
say?
fucking mammal. You know what he said? It's a part of that fucked me up mentally, right? I'm talking about it fucked me up mentally. Like literally, I won't even lie to you, brother. It fucked me up so bad that I had to take it on the chin. Like, what the fuck? He's talking the truth. He met this girl, literally the coolest girl that he met. She's his wife now, right? He came from the military, got Green Beret. His father and his mother come from a military background, didn't give a fuck. They treated him like shit, right? His whole family. He got married to a Latina girl, right? No bullshit. And shit's crazy. Because he wanted to get married to her before he got his last deployment. She told him, no, you cannot get deployed. If not, I'm not marrying you. The guy felt heartbroken on deployment. Felt heartbroken on deployment. You know how he felt? He said, I felt better. And this shit is crazy. I felt better being in a military background in Iraq getting shot at than being a fucking civilian. How fucked up in the mind can you be to feel that pain that somebody rejects you that you love? And then at the end of the day, he comes home, did his last appointment, talked to his wife. Their father, the girl's father and mother, doesn't like him because they say they don't accept African Americans in their family. He got married to her anyway. They both got married at the end of the day. But why do we have to feel rejection if we can fulfill redemption? And that's what I'm saying. Like we have to feel that hurt to become men. These
Yeah.
women are not raising men no more. They're raising fucking kids to be natural killers. Literally, the guy shook my brain how he said that shit. Cause I had to think about it me with my baby mom and shit. I said, damn,
You know,
where did I fuck up at
I
as
I
being
think about it
the
like
perfect
this, right?
husband or
Like,
perfect baby father?
I think you've seen the movie 300, right? Yeah. So I feel
Florida
like what's
300.
happening in our
Yeah.
society right now, it's basically like that. Like when the Persian people were trying to take over and like make these men more feminine, but they wanted to conquer everything and basically say, hey, this liberal way is the way of being, right? And they brought that to Sparta, and he comes in, he says, okay, you got two choices. Either you bow down to our king, to the real king, and you'll still stay in charge of this area and this and that or whatever. But what he was basically saying is he wanted to come in, rape their women to like kind of confuse their children, right? And bring this liberal thought of that
Yeah.
this God, supposed God on earth, is the one that they needed to bow down to. So he what I can relate a lot to what we need to do nowadays to that one scene where he says, "Hey," he tells him to choose his words carefully because they may be his last words as king, right? And then he says he should have chosen his
Yeah.
words wisely before coming in to his city, disrespecting his queen, his people, and then he says, "Hey, this is blasphemy, blasphemy," um, and he says no, and he kicks him in the chest. This is Sparta, is what he says, right? And he throws him down to that pit, basically. But that's what we have to do with this type of mentality. We gotta teach our kids that is not the way. Whenever you're thinking about, hey, I'm pro-life, yeah, going back to the point, hey,
But in the Israelites,
you're going to do what it takes to build your family correctly with good morals and values. This isn't this isn't you're gonna
you know,
abandon that child, you're gonna kill that child because you're killing my children, our people. So we need to go back to that.
unfortunately, fortunately, we have that crazy
Right, but
baby
that's what
mothers
I'm saying.
that
The
don't want us
more
to
we
be a
get
part of our
together,
kids' life.
that's gonna because
We,
men are the ones that make that. We've let that happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? We've gotten to that point. So now we got to have more young men, more
yeah,
talks about this.
we let them talk.
And if you're, hey, I believe in pro-life. Once the time of conception. I wish we would have had more people.
Facts.
This is our first podcast
Yep.
going out there. And heads up, thank you for.
I got. I'm gonna bring somebody in here that he already has. It's called Beer and Bottle.
All
I'm gonna
right,
see if I can get in contact with him. Right hand man of mine and grew up with him. I'm gonna see if I can get him in here with us as well. Certain people that are father figures, single fathers, strong fathers, even with wives, and they know how to control things. Unfortunately, us as men, we're explosive, and women don't like that. We're explosive when we need to towards them, but they're quick to go ahead and run to us when a guy touches their butt or they curse them out or they put their hands on them. They run to us for the BS, but they don't run to us for when, oh, but baby, look, I know that you had a long day. Let me rub your back. Oh, you know what, baby? Let's get in the shower together and let's
all
think
right,
about what's the next our plan. We already passed plan A with the kids now. Let's go ahead and work on plan B. It's just like what the Israelites did with Roman, with the Roman. What Roman said that we don't believe in God. We don't believe that Jesus was the Almighty. And what did the Romans do? They killed Jesus. And Jesus, as a man, told me, he said, Father, forgive them. They do not show they're worthy. And what happened in that tombstone was the same thing. He went into the tombstone, lay there for 3 days. After those 3 days, he came out of the tombstone. Nobody could find his body, but he was the person walking the spirit that was walking through everybody's body. That's why when he parted the wine, he parted the deep sea, so these guys can get away from all the negativity. We get away from all the bad things that are in life that nobody believes in, whatever. That's what we have to do as men. But people don't want us to see us doing that because we're the bad fathers. Second, we're the people that we're the killers. We're the people that don't want our kids to be around us because we're with another girl that's doing way better than their mom. But their mom can go out with the stepdad that just don't give a shit about the kids. And you're a super dad, you gotta come and save the damn day, make sure there's food on the table for those kids, even if you're not with their mom. You gotta pay for the schools. And stepdad's over there fucking on the damn same sheets that you damn bought. It's the same thing with the Israelites and the Romans. This thing's been happening before even Jesus came, before BC, right? Before Christ. It's been happening. They had kings already. These kings been raping these guys' workers, bribing their goats, making them work just like the pharaohs. What they do? Who built the pyramids? These slaves. We've been built into slavery as men. These women been pregnant by 1,000,001 different men, having more men, and that's why these Chinese people they say nowadays we're overpopulated. So let's have one kid per woman. After that, they can't have no more kids. And that's why these other people run to different countries, like you did, like I
Right.
did,
Let,
like
let's
anybody
let's
else
give
would.
the audience
The American
a
dream,
little more like
the
understanding of
best
who we
fucking.
are and where we live, what we come from, what we're doing, like that, so the public knows what's going on, what type of man you are, what you represent, and if you have anything you want to promote, get it out there. But I'd like to get that out there. You can go ahead.
Yeah, everybody knows me by my nickname, Pop. Born and raised in the state of New Jersey. I live in Guatemala City. Basically, I've been out here for the last 8 years. Beautiful as country it can be. Fortunately, they don't pay you like they need to pay you. And basically, stay positive. Don't let nobody take away what you want to be. We're not trying to downgrade any woman. There's a lot of super moms out there, including my mom. I know Nelson for sure, your mom. We're not trying to downgrade anybody at all times. We just basically stating off of facts. We don't want any Amber Heards. We rather have a lot of Johnny Depps. And if you guys as women, let us raise our kids to be these supermen that they need to be. We gladly appreciate it. We know that you don't get along with dad because he cheated on you. We know that dad's a piece of you know what because he didn't give you the right love and he got you pregnant and left. But maybe that guy was hurting. He didn't understand your life at the moment. He didn't have to value you as a woman, or he didn't have to value you as that baby mother, or he didn't have to value you as having a kid. He ran away because he was scared, maybe. Talk to that man. Give that man a second chance. Even if you hate his guts, do it for your kids because they're the people that need the father figures, not you guys. And stop with the twerking, man. Stop with all that I want to give the God to and all this craziness. Bring our kids a better future. Bring these guys to outside parks. Teach them a sport. Even if you're not your mom, you guys are
Yeah,
moms and dad doesn't want to do anything with them.
stop
Take them to
teaching
a
our
football
little
tour.
girls to
Teach them how to
degrade
throw a
themselves
football.
is what we want to do. We want to show our boys to be men and to show our girls to, have dignity and to be real women. Don't be afraid of those woman tasks. We all have to do certain things. Most of the things that we do 'em- we can't do it without one sex or the other. We need each other and we need God. That's why if you believe in God, it's God first. That's why this podcast is God first, love and war, and basically we want to be able to kind of make sure that, hey, there's gonna be love and war in a relationship, bro.
Give the beauty to those queens that you guys say that you are, and give those flowers to those little girls, and let those girls become the princesses and then queens that they need to be. Instead of teaching them how to do what they want to do and teaching them, let the government control them. And stop all this crazy music about twerking and having sex and about this. Teach these girls about how to be romantic, how to wash their clothes, how to be humans, how to be super intelligent, superpowers that these women need. Women are more intelligent than men any time, any day. They're good at multitasking. Teach these girls how to be multitasking females that they are. Don't let them reject because, oh, I don't have the tuition money to go to college. Look for benefits. There's more colleges in the U.S. that give you more benefits. Millions your daughter get at least a 2.3, 3.0 average. They're talking about a B plus. Force them in school instead of forcing them to listen to this rap music while you having barbecues and burning the damn chicken. Cause I'm tired of this damn burnt chicken. Get it, put some real ribs and some barbecue sauce in that damn plate. I want some collard greens and grits.
Get
Come
it
on,
in
man.
there.
Like let's literally bring some soul food back to this soul food. I'm tired of
Yeah.
eating this fucking pancake chicken. You know what I mean? Bring these girls to be women. Teach them how to be something in life, not just being a cleaning lady working at a hotel. Teach them how to be graduates. Teach them how to be strong, healthy, intelligent, psychologically, not so only physically, not only wealth. I'm talking about psychologically.
Right.
Plant a seed
Right.
into
But
these girls, little girls' heads to
what
be
we're gonna do,
smarter than
I mean, basically,
you
what I
were,
want you to know
as
is
well as
this
men.
is a platform that I want to be used so we can directly speak to these youth because right nowadays everything is out there in social media. The first things that kids are doing is they're looking at their TikToks. My little girl
Definitely.
can't get off the phone, bro. Like she's looking at TikToks. The other day, you know what she said? My wife tells me this, and I was scared, bro. I'm like, I'm thinking, what's going on? I'm not paying enough attention to this because she comes and she tells my little girl tells my wife that she was trying to summon the evil spirits because she wanted to see if it was real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, this is where we as parents need to say, hey, we need to kind of guide these kids in knowing what they're viewing because what they're doing will affect their mentality. Now, imagine all the things that we haven't been paying attention to her on because we think,
Fact.
hey, she's on the phone, she's quiet, she's in a room, everything is good. And these are things that we need to change. So what I've started doing more mainly now is taking her to the park, kind of talking to her, seeing what's up, talking to both of them slowly, because I mean, every a boy and a girl is different. But can you imagine how? I mean, this little girl, 9 years old, trying to summon demons, bro. She wanted to know if it's real. Like this is what they're teaching them. This is what they're
It's the same
viewing
thing.
on TikTok. And that's I mean, we've gotten off topic, so it's okay. It's our first podcast. I mean, but basically,
No, it's basically on what you're talking about, but there's more things, and this is what I learned about in life as me growing up. You're older than me, so you know way about me, way more than I do. Back in the day, us as men, we had to go to a girl's house, ask their parents if they can go out with them. It wasn't even a date. We called it a date because we were in love with the girl at the moment. We made sure that the girl had a dress on. If her feet got wet, we'd take off her jacket, and we had a handkerchief or a bandana, we call it, basically wipe their nose or whatever. Nowadays, you don't see that. You don't see romantic dinners no more. You don't see a girl having clean feet no more. They got their nails done, and then when they take those little fake nails off, they
yep,
got damn
yep,
fungi on their feet because they don't care about washing their feet. You see what I'm saying? Like I got a daughter at 18 years old, and she's so more advanced because I was working. I still work 2 jobs, and with 2 jobs, I was too busy. All right, let her watch YouTube. And then one day out of nowhere, I heard the curse word, "Shut the fuck up!" And I said, "Whoa, where did this come from?" There goes Peppa Pig. All these damn cartoon characters. All this BS, like SpongeBob. First it was SpongeBob, and they had a shell. SpongeBob was the bitch, and then Patrick was the man. I'm not against any of that. But let these kids be kids now. When I was growing up, what we watched? It was damn fucking Power Rangers. Who was gonna be the blue Power Ranger? Who was gonna be the red Power Ranger? And the girls was the pink Power Ranger. Or if not, what I had was a damn crate in front of my house on the damn light poles. Cut out the
yeah,
bottom of the crate. We had a basketball court. That's what I did. My mom wouldn't say shit to me. Oh, he's playing
right.
basketball. How he became so good at basketball? You know what I mean? Or he played football. I wasn't good at football. He run my ass off. I know that for sure. And that's what these kids. We got to bring back our youth before it's too far
Bro,
gone. We got to
you
start
just
taking this damn
reminded me.
Facebook shit too
You just
serious
reminded
because
me
it's
of
just
when
a
I was
fucking
like
form
12
of a
years
fake
old,
reality.
bro. And I know she's out there. She's still alive. But I remember like what you said, like bro, there was a time where we were so like innocent that I used to go to this girl's house. Her name is Diana Lopez. If you're out there, Diana, man, you'll remember that. I used to go.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, we were on a
we
podcast.
love you.
We're rising
We're
up,
on a
changing, but
podcast
hey,
soon.
things happen, right?
Anniversary.
And she'll remember. I used to go to her house, bro. Not even go inside. I would spend like about 2, 3 hours talking to her at the door, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the door, just talking. Like we were 12 years old. I think she's 1 year younger than I am. So she was like 11. But we would just talk.
Definitely.
And then I remember
Definitely.
doing that and it was just fun talking to her, but
Definitely.
it's that feeling where you're like, "Hey, I like her." 'Cause it's when, the girls they start to develop. They start to show they're becoming like little women, right? And I was like
Yeah,
I wanted to really have a relationship with her, but there was this other guy. His name was Juan. He was older, and I guess he wanted to date her. And she used to tell me that, hey, that was somebody that wanted to be with her, and this and that. And I was just a kid. I didn't know anything about none of that. I just knew for me, she was pretty, bro. So I didn't want to
yeah.
disrespect her at all. And that was they probably call me Sim for that, right? But I didn't know what to do. I was raised by a woman, bro. So
Yeah, like,
I remember getting sick, right?
that's
And
the same thing with me with my
we
mom,
used to
right?
go to church. We used to go to the same church. So my aunt, she, I don't know how she got a hold of my aunt, but when you're really sick, you got, snot coming out your nose, and you're feeling your eyes are tearing because you're sick. So right, I'm at home.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get over this. I'm
crazy. The
watching
fever,
TV, and
body
then,
ache.
bro, I still remember like what you were just talking about. My aunt, I guess she wanted to see me because she used to see me at church, and she brought her over. She brought this little girl over, and then they're inside, and then
Oh man,
my mom tells me, "Hey, Diana, she wants to come and she wants to see you." And my heart starts beating like 100 miles per hour, bro. I'm all embarrassed because I got snots like coming out my nose. I can barely breathe, you know? And I'm like, you feel that that innocent embarrassment of that feeling that you get of that innocent part that you could develop into something that could be more if you're raised right. You know what I'm saying? If you're raised to value, okay, value that feeling. Don't
facts.
value somebody for what they're shaking in front of you. Value that feeling of what you can how you can connect with another human being at that age and continue to develop that process. So that innocentness, bro. She finally comes into my room, right? And obviously, you can imagine I'm embarrassed as hell, bro. Why? Because you don't want the girl to look at you with snots, like, barely being able to
That,
breathe in your worst, yeah. And she was okay. Like she just wanted to see if I was getting better, you know? And you don't think of a girl like that, but I never, like, I always saw her pretty, so I never saw her
yeah.
sick. And she didn't wear a lot of makeup, so she was naturally pretty. I give her that. But that's what we're missing nowadays. We don't look like
Definitely.
women. They want to be so
This
fake,
one
like you
girl that
said, that most of that makeup that they have on is not them. They want to impress. And women, they get their value like as soon as they start developing into young women. Their beauty is their body, their looks, and it doesn't last forever.
and then you got people that are taking their innocence from them. Like I had this one girl
Ah, she's
named
gonna hear
Stephanie.
this.
She on my Facebook somewhere. Brothers I got and her cousins. Cool as fuck. Stephanie for the hey man, it don't matter. Cutest girl ever, bro. I
Ooh,
swear
damn,
she looked. I swear,
looking
dude. God forgive me
fine.
and say this. She looked just like a Leah, dude. No BS. I swear, dude. Body, everything. We had the same age. Most beautiful girl I ever met, dude. I fell in love with this girl. And out of nowhere, this other guy,
Big ups to
yeah, from the
Newark.
same hood. He was from
I got
Newark. I was
cousins
from
out there.
Irvington, but we're still underneath the same hood, Grape Street Crib. So, yeah, man, I love her. And some of that taking stab to the dad die, you know what I mean? But basically, this girl was so beautiful, dude. Like I wouldn't even disrespect her now to the day. I got nothing but love for you, G. I wish you nothing but best of happiness, joy, and love. I always give you the utmost respect as you as your mom. And basically, this girl was so beautiful, dude. And then this other guy came into her life. I'm working landscaping job. I'm not even in high school. Like what I mean, dropped out of high school because I had you because I was thinking about this other girl that was pregnant. And I was with Stephanie from literally say 14, I say 13 to like she was like 12 or something, 13. And then from 13 on up to like 16, I say, until I got locked up. Coolest person I ever fucking met, dude. I swear to God. Slept on the couch with her, never had sex with her, never disrespected her, never anything. And now to this day, I would never disrespect her. And she met this other guy. This other guy fed her bullshit, and that was it. You know what I mean? Went down the drain. Crazy part about it is that
These young girls are getting their innocence taken by these men because they're already 18. It's not like they're kids. And the shit's all right because these stupid moms, I'm sorry to say it, stupid moms, because there's most of the time it's moms, or stupid mom and dad, it's both of their faults, it's parents in general. Let these girls date these grown ass men, they have sex with them, take their virginity, and then fucking leave them. And then they come back to you crying like it was your fucking fault. Like, no, everything got good, you're done. Loveliest girl I ever met. I will never lie. Hopefully she's out there. I think she's out there. I know that she's out there because she's younger than me. She's like 28 by now, at least 30. And I just wish the best of luck to her. I don't got nothing against you. No grudges against you. I love you with all my heart as a man, as a human, because now I got my own wife. I love my wife more than anybody, person that I know at this moment. That's my right hand, man. And I'm 30 fucking years old, dude. I'm 32 years old. My wife is only 24. You know what I mean? And it's not like I wanted this to happen, but it happened for the goodest reasons. Like, I can talk to her late nights, 12, 1 o'clock in the night. Baby, I'm fucking super tired, but I can't go to sleep because I'm thinking about the job. Or, baby, you know what? I'm stressed out because I can't move a load and freight. Baby, how do I do this? Listen, you're too busy overthinking things. When you can sit down and talk with that partner, even if you have your fucking worstest day, that's when love really connects. Because now these days, these females don't want to talk to a man. These females want to see what you got in your wallet. If you got a good car, you can have the fucking shittiest clothes on. Tank top, shorts, and some flip flops,
Well,
pink flip
that's
flops on.
facts.
But if you get out of
No
Ferrari,
cap, bro, for
everybody
real.
wants to suck your dick. Not even you don't even have $100 in your pocket.
Very
You don't even
true.
have $100 in your wallet. Not even $100 in your wallet. You got fucking $20 a gas for a fucking Ferrari.
And
Bro,
and that's
and
kind of
that's what
like
I'm
what
saying.
we're
Like
getting
we're
out there.
going
We're
downhill
putting
because us
these opinions,
we're going
these
down.
talks out there for young men and women to view, but for mainly for men, young men, to say, hey, I got to make a change in as to how I think and how I lead my, the women that are going to be in my life. Um, and that's kind of what we're getting towards. But we need to teach these men to be real men,
Yeah,
not to be, nowadays these women they need, hey, you raise
fact.
your voice to a
Big
woman and that's looked at as a bad thing. We are men. We naturally raise our voice. We're masculine. You know what I
we
mean?
have to.
Um, and it gets viewed as, okay, why did you raise your
Yes.
voice, man? Because
Right.
I'm a fucking man. I mean that's what we do naturally. Why does a lion roar so loud? More than the female lion, right? The lioness.
Definitely. Like they say, right? A lion. I'm a Leo, so I know this off the back of my head. A lion always gonna need a female, right? A lioness. On that behalf, if you don't guide your lioness to show her cubs the right way
Hunt.
of living, because she stays with the cubs 90% of the time. Us men, what do we do? Lions, what do we do? We hunt, we eat. What do? We go out hunting, we eat, we fuck, go to sleep. You as this lioness, you gotta take care of those kids. And it's not that we don't love our kids, but they need those first 6 months of living, just like a man does.
Right.
We need our first 6 years of living with our mom and dad, or if not with just mom. But if mom don't let dad become that father figure to that kid,
Right.
we're lost cause because that kid is gonna say, "Oh, but my dad was a piece of shit. My dad left me because he went with another woman." That's what these females say nowadays. No, your dad had sex with this girl and he left us. It's not that we left them. We couldn't deal with your toxicity. We try to help you.
Right. Right.
These women are broken because they have broken generations. Their mother got married, got divorced. Mother got married, got divorced. Dad left because he couldn't do it. Mom didn't even get married, had 6 damn kids by Tom, Dick, and Harry. Don't even know who the baby father is. You know what I mean? And then you try to raise this woman, this girl that you say your girlfriend at the time, because they're not even your wife. There's this girlfriend to become a woman, to become a queen that she needs to be. But she's too so scared to become that woman because she never had that queen state ability. She never had that state of mind of becoming a queen. She never had the mother figure say, hey, you know what? You fucked up. accept your error, and you go talk to that man. Not you guys swinging and punching each other, cursing each other out. No, you sit down and you sit on that round table. There's going to be a lot of tears, a lot of fighting, a lot of cursing each other out. But at the end of the day, you know that man is going to be the first man that's going to put his fucking hands on fire to make sure you never get burned. No, but you rather run from that guy that's there to go kick ass, kill for you, literally kill for you. How many men then killed other men over his wife cheating on him? You know what I mean? So this guy literally to take his own life and destroy his whole life for you. Why you didn't even give a fuck about him 20 minutes ago. That's where we're wrong because we should be raising princesses because they're princesses when they're born. They come out
Right.
the womb
No,
as a
like
beautiful
kind
princess
of
and they
let's
turn
let
into
on the
queens.
civil
But they
on the
can't become
civilized
queens
way of
if
looking
they're
at
too
it.
busy
I mean,
following their
we're
mothers.
responsible for all our actions, bro. Like when we go and we do damage to somebody else because we have certain feelings hurt, that's our
Yeah.
choice. What I'm saying is this: we need to value, like men need to value themselves more. When a woman goes and cheats, right? That's it. Basically, you're you're either that woman is never going to respect you for a man that you will be. You know, she'll always come and she'll always want to do that, treat you like garbage. And like you
So,
said earlier in the podcast, there's a woman that you saw that wanted to get a divorce because the person was too nice to them. I mean, what the hell? I mean, basically we're all messed up. So we're
it's
raising men that are not able to make those decisions because men are not built to leave women. We're built to just continue. The majority of us will stay with our first woman. You
yeah.
know,
99% of the time, if the woman does what a man wants, and it's not that he wants what we a
agree.
woman needs to do. First of all, women need
And
to
that's
learn
the
one thing in life.
problem.
They need to learn their fucking
They'll they'll
place.
they'll they'll watch this
That's the
podcast
number
and they'll
one
say, "Hey,
obvious
that's
thing. I
really,
can put my
you
people
know, not the way." They'll say you're misogynist.
oh, why am I saying this though? What am I talking about in place so they can get a better understanding, right? If I'm sitting around in a round table with 100 motherfucking niggas, 100 grown men, why are you gonna come out the damn room with a damn lingerie on? You're not a whore and you got a husband. You as my wife, you should be sitting at that damn table with me collecting all that damn money that's coming off of that table. Because if I eat, we eat. There's no I in team, but there's a fucking ME in it. Like Kobe Bryant said, there's a fucking ME in it. So that means me, myself, and I can get $1 million. But if you don't have a good spine, a good foundation to get to that $1 million, you're not gonna get nowhere in life. So if you don't got a good woman with you, only thing that you're doing is the same shit. You're recycling the same trash that your mom and your dad did. Your mother left your dad because this. Then you meet your dad at the age of 18. No, I left your mom because she cheated on me. And then you get to the hatred where you hate mom and then you hated dad your whole life. Us moms and dads, as you as a father, as I am a father, as this girl, my baby's mother is a mother, as your baby mother's a mother, we should all have this damn chat sitting on the table like, hey man, look, you fucked up. I fucked up. But as we fucked up, we should be good enough to co-parent on the same page. That's my point of view of a woman having her damn own
They're
plate.
they're they're moved they're moved
These women don't
by
know how to
emotion, bro.
understand that.
Like
They too busy.
they let their
So many
emotions
women
kind of
nowadays,
guide them, and
they meet.
we're more logical. Men are more logical as to we just, hey, this is
That's
what we do, this is what we're about. We don't show, like, most men do not show so much emotion or romantic things to a woman. Once we have our women, we're out there in the grind. That man is out there grinding.
it's because we don't have time to. We don't have time to. We go out maybe on a weekend. If we're lucky, we get Sundays to go to church. If we're lucky. Most of the time, Monday through Sunday, we're damn working freight. We're working the calls in the job. Sometimes if you're lucky, you get Sundays off, and sometimes you'd rather not. because that's OT money. I was extra.
Right.
And then what you do is when you do at that time, you try to rub their feet. I fucking hate you. Makes no sense. Oh, but you got other guy feeding you bullshit. Knowing damn well this guy doesn't even fucking pot the piss and he's still sleeping at his grandmother's house on a fucking couch with shitty drawers. But you're too busy letting this guy make you fall in love. While this guy's fucking you, he already has a wife at home. And this guy, you know now how many if he had sex with you while he's a married man, how
Yeah.
many other women he hasn't had sex with no condom on? There goes HIV. But these women don't want to accept us as men, we gotta accept our error. When we fuck up, I fucked up. Sorry. Women need to accept that shit as well. Listen, I fucked up. Sorry. But as co-parenting, as men, we should be able to say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. But listen, I want to pick up my kid to go take him to a football game. Can I go get ahead and grab my kid? Fuck it. Come with us. Buy you ice cream. Let's go to the ice cream parlor. Let's go to Pops or let's go to whatever. You can't do it no more. Because these women looking at us as men, fuck him. He went with another girl. He got married. So fuck his life. He doesn't love you. And then the kids are traumatized mentally with the bullshit. What's the bullshit? My dad's a piece of shit. He never loved me. He left me. This, that, and other. My baby mama been doing this shit for my kids for the last fucking 6 months, and I haven't even seen my kids. I haven't seen my kids in the last 3 months, and I've been going fighting with her. Now I'm gonna go see my son because of whatever happened to his back. But I'm gonna figure that out. Like I told her, you got two options. Just like I got two options. You can either live or you're gonna die. I'm not gonna cradle you. You want to be with somebody that's married, and then when that girl finds out that that shit happened, that guy get divorced, and he's sleeping in the fucking garage or sleeping on a fucking cardboard box,
Yo,
and then
so
you're over
you're
there working,
saying
that
that
guy's treating you like a
she was
fucking slave,
cheating
like
on
he's
you the
treating
whole
that same
time, bro?
female woman, that wife. How it's gonna feel?
What?
She was cheating on me like the last 4 years. That's why I left. I took my son. You remember I was with my kid. Yeah, I didn't even care, dude. I haven't touched a girl in 4 years. I didn't even stick my dick in there, 'cause, bro. I don't like fish.
So
Once I
the
smell
last
weird
four
pussy,
years
dude, that
she's
means that
been
that ain't no sticking and licking
like
for me.
bouncing.
There's no sticking and licking for me. I tell you, man, my wife, yeah, talking to a bitch ass security guard making no money, then talking to an ex boyfriend that's a fucking bum and married, and the guy has no life. You know what I mean? If a married man has to cheat on his
But you
wife,
forgave her, you
he's
accepted her
making
like
everything
that.
go downhill. God doesn't bless us for that. God makes everything
Oh,
worse
okay.
for us. No, I didn't forgive her or nothing. I left as a man. Grabbed my shit. I grabbed my flip flops. I had more than 30,000 catalogs of damn Jordans. Remember the blue Jordans that I had, the blue and white ones that I had, the Jordan 13s, the Jordans 4, the M&Ms. I had more than 30,000 catalogs. She burnt all my shit. And I started over from scratch. I was sleeping in a damn garage for 2 days, and I had my own
GGC
business.
transports.
That's when I started making money from freight. GGC Transport. Shout out to you guys. I love you with all my heart. Charlie, Jerry. No disrespect to you guys. Yeah, man, I'm always here to ride with you guys that die. No giving up on me. No, we can hate each other, but we always get this money together. And then on top of that, I was working the call center job. You know what I mean? Like, thank you, IDT. Basically, I can't say nothing about you guys in the wrong way. If you guys listen to this podcast as well, no disrespect, love you guys as well. Hopefully, I start working with you guys sooner than later once all this goes away. But I had to learn to understand that I'm not the person that's getting defeated. I had to take my own self that kick in the ass and say, Gilbert, you fucked up a lot of times in life, and you got this not the stupidest, you got the weirdest bitch pregnant. The stupidest thing you can ever do. She wanted to have an abortion when Florence was born. She was only 2 months pregnant. She was going to take a pill and kill Florence. I told her if she killed Florence, God forgive me to say this on live TV, but I told her if she killed Florence, I'm going to kill her. Then she got pregnant in a pandemic 4 years ago, basically, and she had Adam. That's my son. I love him to death. I gave him his name because he's strong. You know what I mean? My son Abraham, that's my boy. I love him to death. Florence, I love you to death. Linda, unfortunately, her mom, another psychopathic person. Don't let me see my daughter. I wish Linda nothing but the best. I love you to death, baby. Hopefully, when you get older, you understand that daddy loves you. I don't care if your mom see it or not. I'm always gonna love you, whatever. And whenever you need something, daddy's always gonna be here for all three of you guys. But I had to get to the point where it's that I had to stop beating myself up to give everybody else happiness. I never had happiness. I grew up in the streets. Grew up on 3 Ellis Avenue. Crack, coke, and damn heroin was the best drug I can get used to. Selling it. smoking weed, grew up with old heads. People that was 40, 50 years old selling it. Going to Thurgood Marshall, playing basketball. G Hop, shout out to you. Ab, shout out to you. All my big homies, I give you nothing but the best. G Check, down there in state, love you, my boy. Slash big homie, what's up, baby Lokes? You know what I mean? I had to learn from these OGs, taught me so much. My Uncle Soul, my Aunt Miller, love you to death. They taught me so much. And that was
That's the
either
way to do it.
grind till you get it or figure out how to get it. You know what I mean? And that's how I treated these women with so much respect. I gave this girl a house, gave this girl food, gave this girl places to stay, paid for the electricity, paid for the house, paid for everything. And it's weird
It's all good, bro.
how,
It's
and this
I'm
chokes
I'm
me
gonna
up,
tell
dude.
you
I
a little
swear it
something
does.
about that, just really quick. Tyrese Gibson, I think
You
is his
put
name,
so much
right?
to
He's he's from the Fast and the Furious. I was watching his Breakfast Club interview
yeah,
where he went through something very like he went through his divorce and nobody they asked him he asked him how he's dealing with that, bro, and he ended up crying.
killed me.
And he made me understand at that with that interview that hey man, men cry too. It's okay to cry. It's okay to kind of show you going through things because mentally there's a lot of stress in our
Yeah,
minds, bro. Like sometimes we need help. We need that help. And
but that people don't understand. Like that's the same thing. Like with my situation that I'm going through, right? Everything that we do is bad. Oh, you left my mom because you was with this girl. It wasn't because of the girl, babies. I left your mom because you seen how many times your mom punched me in my face. You seen how many times mom put her hands on me. I tried to walk away from this situation. You seen how mommy treated daddy like a dog. Only thing that she wanted was more money, more money, more money, more money, more money. Wasn't enough for her. Right now I'm sitting here, sitting on my bed, chilling. No issues at all. My kids call me. I'm a 911. I'm faster than a 911 emergency call. I'm there. Kids don't need anything. If they need it, they know where daddy's at. Daddy's in the heartbeat. I'm there. But these females don't accept that we work as men so hard to make their life perfect. It's not that we make it perfect, we try to make it perfect so much. We give 300% of love. We give that 300% of passion. We give that 300% of everything we have: car, house, food, kids. We do that. We stay at home working on a damn computer to make sure I can see my kids while you go to work. And the only thing that we're doing is, oh, what are you doing on
mm,
Facebook? We can't even watch damn
true.
videos on Facebook. We can't watch Netflix because if we're watching Netflix, we're fucking somebody. We can't talk to our guys like I'm talking to you on this live chat basically podcast. We can't be talking to you man to man as human because we have to
Yeah,
discharge ourselves as men. Because a man's gonna listen to a man. A woman's not gonna listen to a man. As men, we talk to each other to
right.
de-escalate ourselves from taking that next step of saying, you know what, fuck everything. And that's what these females don't want to hear. They don't want to hear us men thriving, trying to do better, trying to do this. No,
Yeah,
that motherfucker cheated on me. Yeah, I knew he was fucking this girl. I knew he had Quanisha and Laquita. Okay, you know what I mean?
right.
But why
Now, I
are us
just to
as men?
just
Why
to
are we
kind of let
running
you
away
know a
from
little
these
bit more like
relationships?
my
That's what
idea
they
of
have to think to
what I'm
themselves.
starting right now
Why
is
are
like I
we
started with this conversation
like
with you, with Jose. Jose had his battery died, so he you know he just wrote to me, let me know that his phone died out. But the idea of doing this is eventually I'm going to have women on the on our podcast so we can talk to them and we can debate what our issues are because basically what we need to do is we need to do more more talking um more right and then
a man and a woman can talk and sit down on the table, right? If you can find the right person that is not judgmental, that's the first thing that we have to find. A person ready to listen and a person that's early to understand
Yeah,
on
and
both
what
ends.
I'm going
You
to
have to
do
be
is I'm going
open
to
minded.
present things with facts, bro.
Nowadays,
I'm going to make sure that
it's
when
going to
we
be a needle
speak
in a
to
haystack to
all of
find,
these
brother.
people that we have on our podcast, we're going to go out with facts. Like I was just reading to
Yeah,
you about, the amount of single mothers in the US, 15 million single mothers raising 22 million of our American youth, bro. As single parenthood has become more common, many stereotypes about single mothers have become increasingly
that's what
um,
I'm saying. Yeah.
inaccurate. So we right,
Because we got these girls that are not women yet getting to the same option. They're letting so many men, and I'm not saying this on men, children as well, but they're kids still, whatever. Men, children, and youth, put it like that. They're too busy letting these guys, these women are so beautiful, these babies that are so adorable. They're letting these guys fill their heads up with shit. And
right. Look
that's
at
why
this,
they
right,
become these monsters because they never
right,
had,
and look at
back
this,
to what I
right.
was saying,
Going to
that
that,
father figure.
decision making.
Because the bullshit
One
with the
out of
moms.
every four parents living with their child in the United States today is unmarried. Fewer than one out of every 10 just 50 years ago. That's just 50 years ago, bro. And it's one out of every five children is living with a single mother.
Dude, this hard.
300%.
Women don't even
300%.
know what
That's if
marriage
you look at those numbers since 1960, there's
is.
300% more single motherhood that lead
Yes.
families now than in 1960. 300%, bro. So it kind of brings us to an understanding that hey, the United States as a single parents by state, we're looking
My
at
grandmother used
the
to tell me,
percent
right?
born to unmarried mothers. It's 18.6 to 33.7% in, like, say, Washington, North Dakota, Wisconsin, Utah, Colorado. So we're looking at a lower percent there. But when you're talking about Florida, you're talking about Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, there's 44.9 to 53%, bro.
But
Check
that's
this out.
because we
Check
have
check out this
shown
stat.
no
Louisiana, according
responsibility.
to the life of
These
a
women
single
need
mom,
men in
in
their
this
life.
article, it says
That's what they
Louisiana
need.
has highest percentage of single mothers that lead a household more than any other state. In Louisiana, 15 million single mothers in the U.S., 22 million children being raised by single parents. Mississippi, and we know the majority of the people there are African American, has highest percentage of children born to unmarried mothers, bro. Impacting more than
Definitely.
just the US, it's the world issue. We're talking about 17% of our children ages 0 to 14
But that's
living in a single
because
parent household worldwide. 88 of these households, check this out, 88% of these households are
they don't have
single
nobody.
mother led. 88%. Now, now you right. Now you talk
And
about
that's why we have all the killings,
yeah,
we have
now you
all the gang banging, we have
exactly. Now
all
you
the
talk about the
craziness
UK has the
because they
highest
don't let us
percentage
grow.
as
We need
26% of
that father.
children ages from
We
0 to
need that
14
father
living
figure.
with a single mother worldwide. So what does that say about the Western world? I mean, we're not doing something right. The UK has 26%. What is it? Lithuania, I believe, is the country. Lithuania is its second place with 25%,
Lithium?
and Denmark,
Lithium. Yeah, Lithuania.
Latvia, Denmark, the U.S. and the U.S. are at 23%. They're tied at 23% single mothers with single dads versus single dads. So 86% of single parents families are led by mothers worldwide. and over nearly 22 million
But if
children
you get
living
the
with a
court
single
system,
parent. About 19 million children under 18 living with single mothers, bro. And also says about 3 million children under 18 living with a single dad. So this the stats that I want to see is what are the results of these children being raised by the dad instead of the mom. We'll do that on another podcast.
Yeah, that's in another podcast, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we can't give. I don't put this in general. We need more women to be strong women and accept that their dad is their dad, and we need more men to step up to the damn plate and become a dad instead of I want to be a street dog. Gangbang is cool.
Right.
I won't say it ain't. Selling drugs was cool. I ain't gonna say it ain't. But that's baby shit. Get you a 9 to 5. Get those kids on that insurance policy. Make sure that they're on your insurance policy, not hers. Take a little pressure off her, even if she's your baby mama. Fuck about that. She's your baby mama. We still friends or whatever. We not even friends. We not talking about. I know my kids insured. For any reason that this bitch don't get up, there goes that kid that turned 7 years old. No more EBT. No more Medicare. I got my kids. She want her $300 a week. Give her $300 a week. There goes for my kids. Not worried about it. But that is us as men. We take that responsibility. I give my baby mom $300 a week. Give me my damn kids Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm not trying to fight with you. I don't want them all days of the week because I know they got to go to school. I know you want to put them in crowd. I know you want to put them in swimming practice. I know you want to go ahead and do whatever you want to do because you're full of BS. You say that you're doing it, you don't. Then my kids come to me talking about, Daddy, can you do this? It's all right. But learn how to be a co-parent. Don't be like your mother and father and neg your kids from seeing their dad. Or us as men, don't be like our father and neg our mother, their mother, them from seeing their mother. We should be all humans and civilized, like we're the highest animal on earth. We're humans. So basically, we should be able to all be humanized and say, hey, you know what? We both fucked up. You did what you did. I did what I did. You know what? We take both of that shit on the chin for both of us. But you know what? I gotta do this for my kids, not for you. Let's be these super kids. Let's be these super parents that you go your way, I go my way, but we can understand it that these kids need you on the weekends, not a stepfather that's gonna beat them because they want to play basketball in the
Yeah,
house. They don't need that irrigation parent
for
that
sure,
gets
for
mad
sure.
because he wants to have sex with you
Yeah,
to get ahead and break the kid's back and whoop his ass. You know what I mean? Because it happens. It's heat of the moment.
for sure.
But let this dad be a dad and let this mom be a mom. Hey, I don't got anything. Hey, but your mom did. I don't want to hear it. No, but mom said I don't want to hear it. Let that go out the window in your mom's house. If you want to talk, if they want to talk bad about me, let that stay in your mom's house. If you want to talk bad about your mom here in my house, you talk bad about your mom in my house. I don't got nothing to say to her. I don't even want to talk to her. I don't even. To me, she's a person that never existed. All she did was open her legs, take my kids, and that was it. That's how it's gonna be. But let's be good co-parents on the behalf of saying, hey, you know what? We both fucked up. I was a jackass because I left you, and you was a jackass because
Right.
you left me. Now we're stuck in the fucking middle with
Agreed.
kids. Let's show these kids how to be better
I
parents.
think
Let's
I
break
think
this
of
generation cycle
my bad. Go ahead.
instead of bringing that same generation cycle back. But nobody wants to do that because nobody. It's that.
Right. I think
Yeah, it's
right,
like
but
basically what everybody wants to do now. They want to be the bigger person.
yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the
You know what I
type
mean?
of
Like
help we
let's be the
receive
bigger
because
person together.
we
If
do
we
get
can't
affected
be
through
together,
this,
okay.
and this affects our mental health. So the less we look for help, that mental help that we need, that stability, um, the harder it is to kind of heal ourselves from that. And it's okay. It's okay that, some people they used to think, hey, if you speak to somebody, hey, you may be crazy. That's not the case. We need to prevent ourselves from making the wrong decisions and guiding our children right. So yeah. Well, we're coming to a close, bro, to this podcast for today. This is the first one. I do appreciate your time. You obviously brought up a lot of good points. Uh,
Yeah,
you're well spoken, so I mean, a lot of people gonna resonate with you as a
don't trip, bro.
person. Just closing statements as to what you want to say, so we can close this podcast out, and we're gonna hit the next one.
Fact. Man, keep on being super player that you guys are. Love you guys. Just like you love me. Even if you hate me, I still love you. Because hate bros, the basically the four-letter word that turns into love. Glad to here to help you
Right.
guys. You don't want any recognition on if you have a female saying that we're
Where
trying
can
to
they
bash
reach
you.
you,
We're not
bro?
trying to
Like if
bash
they
you.
if
We're just
people
trying
want
to
to
make
reach
sure that
out
we
to
become
you
good
to,
co-parents
you
as
know,
fathers as well
whatever,
as mothers.
either kind of give
God
you a
bless you
heads
all.
up.
Great night on my behalf, bro. Hey, man. You
Give me
can
your
hit up my
Instagram,
email
bro.
at all
Everybody
times.
uses Instagram.
Yeah, you can always hit up my email, Gilbert Anthony Jones, Gilbert Anthony Morales 8 at gmail.com. Not, you can call me basically. Yeah, it's basically it's gonna be at sign, then Watts
Word.
Gang, WATTS, Gang GANA. You can always find me. I got a picture of me and my daughter on it. I'm sleeping basically all the time. You see my face on it. No worries. Glad here to help. Need anything. Please don't commit suicide. Suicide prevention, I do talk about a lot because I know it's been a lot of people go through
For
depression.
sure.
But where there's a
For
recession,
sure.
there
And
always
I'm
is
Nelson
God, and there is always going
Martinez.
to be any
Basically,
depression. Please,
this
I
is
pray to
God
God it takes
First
away from your
Love and
hearts.
War podcast.
Love you guys with all my heart, and glad to get help at all
Click
times,
in,
man.
give us that like, subscribe. Basically, we want you guys to really kind of follow us because we're going to be putting up a lot of good content for you. So take care. God bless. Thank you, Pop, for your time. And we'll talk soon, bro. Take care. Take care, everyone.
All right, God bless you, man. I'm out. All right.